Hey guys, I'm going back to school and I want to talk about the steps I took to get there. Alright, first let's just talk about what a CRNA is and the steps to get there. First, you do have to get your Bachelor's of Science degree, which you can do in a 4-year program or an accelerated program. Second, you have to work in the ICU. Different schools have requirements. And lastly, after that, you have to apply for the Advanced Practice Registered Nurse program at the school of your choice. Most importantly, do you know what a CRNA is? Or a nurse anesthetist? A nurse anesthetist is an advanced practice nurse who administers anesthesia for surgery or other medical procedures. They're involved in the administration of anesthesia. They can do blocks, epidurals, the list goes on and on. But make sure you understand the definition of what a CRNA actually is. Okay, next we're going to talk about what the ICU requirement is. Some schools require that you work in a particular ICU and others don't care. For instance, I worked in the medicine ICU for a year, and I know other schools also take nurses who have been in CVICU, trauma, neuro, anywhere else. Just make sure you reach out to the school and make sure that your ICU experience meets the ICU requirement. Okay, so you're going to make a chart. You're going to figure out what schools you want to apply to and then what the requirements are for that particular school. If they require the GRE, the CCRN, which most schools do, and how much it costs and what other requirements are needed as far as prereqs. The GRE is a pretty big deal. A lot of schools require it. You're going to have to figure out how long you want to study for it, what kind of materials are you going to use, what kind of score do you need to get, what's your goal. You need to sit down and make sure you have all your ducks in a row for this, especially the GRE. There's a quantitative section of the GRE and a verbal section, and they add those two together and you get your score. From what I've read, a lot of schools prefer a score above 300. I particularly use Magoosh for mine. Next is the CCRN. You can go on the CCRN website and see what categories, disease processes, and things will be on the exams. You can prepare yourself. I studied for this exam for about 2 months. Like I said, everyone's different and everyone's study habits differ. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure every single school requires that you have the CCRN completed. So once you get your ICU experience, take the CCRN. And another thing to remember is you want your application to stand out. You want to make sure that the committee that is selecting students for the program notice you. So I did a few things. First, I joined my unit council in the medicine ICU. 2, I joined the CRRT Quality Improvement Committee, also at my hospital. 3, I started and was president of the journal club on my unit. And basically we just read critical care nursing journal articles after our council meetings and discussed them and how we could apply them to better serving the patients on our unit. 4, I was always charge nurse whenever the opportunity was available. 5, I did precept new nurses and nursing students. And 6, lastly, I made it a point to take the most difficult patients on the shift. It helped me learn faster and prepared me so much more for my interviews.